Hi, Steve. This is Jim Gillis, and thanks for getting back to me so quickly. Sorry I don't have my camera on, but I'm not in the office right now, and the background's not set up for it. But no worries on the investment part. There's plenty of time to talk about that. But the other part of the message that I had sent to you was about you as a candidate running for governor and your candidate profile. So I'll give you a quick little introduction to Win My Vote, and then I'll talk with you about your profile. So Win My Vote is a universal social voter guide. At least that's what we're calling it right now, because there's still, we're still not really sure the term that's going to catch on. But essentially, it is sort of a new way for candidates to campaign directly to voters and for voters to really be able to organize and manage their vote, online. So to give you an example, we did our first beta with the National Student Parent Mock Election, which is one of the biggest mock elections in the country. It's 50 million teachers and students since 1982. We did about 5 million in 2016, and it was great. The kids were able to, and this is a ballot right here from it, they were able to look at all the candidates in all the races. They could, scroll up and down their ballot. They could click on the candidate profiles. They could learn a little bit about the candidate. They could hear directly from the candidate.
I'm Gary Johnson, candidate for President of the United States, and I approve this message. I'm Governor Gary Johnson.
I'm Governor Bill Weld.
I'm running for president.
I'm running with him.
As the governor of New Mexico, I vetoed wasteful spending 750 times, cut taxes 14 times, and left the state with new highways, bridges, schools, hospitals, and $1 billion surplus without raising taxes a penny.
As governor of Massachusetts, I cut taxes 21 times.
They could also see groups and organizations and individuals that have endorsed this candidate, and they could just click through and listen to those as well.
Congratulations on the book. A lot to delve into.
Thanks.
And we'll get to the book in just a moment.
Sure.
But I want to ask you about what happened this morning with Gary Johnson. What was your reaction?
Much ado about nothing.
In what sense?
Well, the reason is Gary Johnson supports full withdrawal from the war.
And then with that, they could, they would go back to their ballot typically, and they could look at other candidate profiles. And if they decided they wanted to vote for Gary Johnson, they would click on his star. He would move into the first position. His nameplate would turn green, so it's really easy to see if you're doing it on your cell phone or a tablet. And then they could move on to the next race. And the nice thing about this is it's nothing like social media today, where you may like a candidate, give them a thumbs up, do whatever, and then never go back to their Facebook page or have no reason to ever, go back to their Facebook page. Here is where we're hoping that the voter not only decides for whom to vote, but then looks up and finds their polling place, and looks at the dates leading up to the election, like when and where early voting starts, and they check on their voter registration status, and they can even register to vote if their state allows them to register to vote online. So they can kind of really do everything here, and then they can see past ballots, future ballots, those types of things, and really engage. So to give you a quick little example of that, in San Francisco, maybe there's a real popular school board election, and there's lots of people that are very interested in school board, and not so much in the BART board District 7. The BART board District 7 candidates do benefit from being in the same ballot as Win My Vote, because now as a voter I'll scroll down and I'll start clicking on these candidate profiles, and I'll start seeing them and giving them 5 minutes. And for example, Alex here, maybe he's the Democratic sweetheart and he's spending $1 million on his campaign, and maybe Amy is spending $500. That's it. It won't really matter, because for me as a voter, I'm going to give them each a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to pick my favorite. So that's the kind of the idea of Win My Vote, is really to make a level playing field where the voter can compare candidates side by side. Sorry, I got a call, and I'm hoping that I can pick up where I left off, even though half an hour's passed. I hope the continuity is not all messed up. Anyway, it probably is. It's been too long for me to remember where I was. But I'm going to I'll show you the ballot that you're on. This is the June 5th California primary. We've sort of made a bunch of placeholder profiles here for all of the candidates. Some of them have actually signed up and have built their profile. Other ones we've just built their profile for them, sort of populate the ballot for them. But the way that it works is that this profile right here is yours. You can sign up for, I think it's $99. I'm almost sure they're all the same still. That will be changing in the next couple of months. We're going to try to have a pricing scheme based on how big your district is, so that if you're running for governor versus running for school board, there are different prices. But as of right now, all the candidate profiles are $99 per election. I'd even be happy to build yours, for you for free. The only advantage to doing it yourself is that you can then update it, do that type of stuff. But you go through here and you build it, or again, you can send me content and I'd be happy to put it up there for you. So that was sort of the message to all of the candidates. We are going to do the 2018 National Student Parent Mock Election. Again, we're also partnering with National Student Vote and a couple of other organizations. We're going to try to bring them all together and really have an incredible offering to the schools so that they can even see the primaries. But we're not going to make that decision for probably the next couple of weeks. But I'd love to do it in California, but we have to make sure everything is all set up to do that. But hopefully this video will come out and you've watched it this far, and would love to talk with you in either capacity as a possible investor if you guys are interested in doing something like this. The business model is, again, candidates pay, voters are free, and what we call trusted sources, which are groups and organizations and individuals, are free. And we're hoping that that will make it go viral, the trusted sources part. So we're going to sign up unions where they're going to use this as their online voter guide. And I should quickly show you what that looks like. Well, sorry about that. I'm not really prepared. The screen capture software doesn't allow me to change the frame mid-video. So sorry about that. This is kind of cut off, but you get an idea that trusted sources will have their own page, very much like a Facebook page or a Twitter account, where the user can scroll down and learn a little bit about them, and then they can click on about the issues, and then they can maybe change. They can go through some of the issues if the group wants to put up certain political issues that they're working on or they're focused on, and then they can click on the endorsements, and the endorsements will be in the way of a ballot. So you would just then see and here the AFL-CIO endorsed ballot for Phoenix, and you could go through and see the endorsement right there, and then you could click on the candidate star here, and that would favorite them on your ballot. So imagine if the AFL-CIO has all these ballots, and we have hundreds and hundreds of ballots. They can go through them real quickly. They can make endorsements with just a click and uploading content or videos or whatever, and then their members can log in and see all those endorsements, and then customize their own ballot in their own city, county, state, that type of stuff. So anyway, sorry for going on so long, but would love to talk with you about it, again, in two different capacities, one as a candidate, the other as a possible investor. Thanks, bye.